Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about I need y'all to pray for me. Instacart shopper says customer tipped $97, but are they tip baiting? So on apps like UberEats, Walmart, and Instacart, there is a concept that goes around known as tip baiting. And that is where the customer adds a tip prior and then pulls it back. A lot of people believe that orders with larger tips tend to be tip baiting orders, but it really depends on what you're talking about. And quite honestly, some of these instances have gotten way out of hand. So with that said, we are talking about everything that is being said in this article, how it actually is for Instacart shoppers and any platform that permits tip baiting, really, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. Instacart is once again facing criticism over its support system, which has led to a host of unresolved issues, including the persistent problem of tip baiting and reports of customer accounts being randomly deactivated. Well, customer accounts randomly being deactivated is actually a good thing, in my opinion, because if you're the ones tip baiting for any reason, you're messing with other people's money for any reason, why should you receive any order at that point? You're committing fraud on the platform. That said, should they have allowed tip baiting to begin with? No. But customers shouldn't be messing with people's money. Most recently, TikTok user Instacartier at Instacartier shared his roller coaster experience with the app in a video that has over 147,700 views. The things you do for content, huh?
I need y'all to pray for me and make sure that this guy is not tip fishing me.
I'm sorry, tip fishing? What is tip fishing? Tip baiting, or tip fishing as Instacartier calls it, is a deceptive practice where customers attach a large tip to an order to entice delivery workers only to remove it after the delivery is completed. Okay, listen, tip fishing is just tip baiting. Okay, this is my problem with a lot of these apps. There's no universal terms. Like, it's never just shop and deliver, it's shop and pay. It's a red card order. It's whatever. They have all these different funny terms for it. Why don't we just have a universal term? Can we do that? Is that possible? I don't know.
Yo, Instacart got me fucked up, y'all. That $113 batch, I asked the dude for a bump because I had to make 2 trips to the store. He removed it. He just removed the batch.
Wait, he removed the batch? Okay, first off, why did it remove the batch? Like, how big was this order? Why did a batch require 2 trips? And why are they trying to not pay him for doing all that work? Like, this is why I don't like working with Instacart. Like, you get punished for doing more work.
He just removed the batch, right? And then when he did that, that triggered an internal review because now they think I'm keeping $1,300 worth of shit because I just canceled the batch. I'm like, I didn't cancel it. You fucking removed it. And now I can't shop for 24 hours. Like, what the fuck? All because I asked for a bump.
Yeah, you asked the company for more money and they didn't want to pay you. That's basically what it was. And now they're trying to silence you by deactivating you, pretty much. Instacart shoppers warn against contacting support mid-order. In the comment section, other Instacart shoppers shared their experience and offered advice on how to deal with Instacart support. Don't ever ask them for anything, especially if you are still doing the batch, one user warned. Another commenter wrote, they do that when you complain or ask for more money. That's how I was ultimately terminated. I always ask for my heavy pay. So basically, if you have a problem, instead of helping you solve that problem, they'll just deactivate you. The shady shit that some of these companies pull is outrageous. A third user advised, I learned this the hard way. Don't ever reach out to them for a bump until after you deliver it. That's what happens when Instacart outsources for support. Counterpoint, that's what happens when you have support teams that don't support people. It doesn't matter what country they're from. Delivered is another company that has some of the shittiest support people in the world, and Brian Brock is the leader of these shitty people. They're an American company. They're based in like Philadelphia or some shit, and they're just shitty people who do shitty things. Character is not region specific. It's who you are as a person, and they can come from anywhere and any when. In my opinion, What you pay for it? None of you pay me? There you go. What happened to this Instacart shopper is just sick and wrong. They basically stole $113 from them, and then he had to take 2 trips, which I don't know why he had to take 2 trips. I don't know if he just didn't have the space in his car for it. But if you don't have the space in your car, why are you taking an order like that? That's beyond me. And then you lost $113 and your account, all because you were concerned about tip baiting. Honestly, what took place here was absolutely disgusting. This just seems like a poorly prepared situation as a whole, let alone Instacart doing the shady things. First off, the shopper should have a vehicle that is suited for grocery delivery or delivery of any kind. A crossover SUV, a vehicle that is suited for this kind of work, that is something you should be investing into. That's number one. Number two, you did all that work and that you reached out to Instacart before finishing the order. Why would you reach out to Instacart before finishing the order? Don't ask for money if you're not finishing the job. And third and finally, you expected support to actually support you. That is the one thing I will say about these companies that is factually accurate every time across the board. Support teams don't support drivers. I just had an incident this morning with Skipcart support. They also have very limited phone support as a whole, and they really go out of their way to scam people too. And they recently just tried scamming me as well. And it's out of hand, this whole situation. Like, support teams really need to be held accountable. Gig companies as a whole need to be held accountable. All in all, just do yourself a favor. If you're going to work with any of these companies, take everything at face value and make sure you're actually capable of doing it, and don't expect other people to pay you more, because sometimes you're working with shady people doing shady things. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.